Hello and welcome to LMP Podcast. My name is Nehana. We are here to talk about resilience today. I'm here with my lovely colleagues. We have Gemma.
Hello.
Vicky.
Hi.
And Mike.
Hiya.
So guys, do you feel like you are resilient? What is resilience?
It's that ability to kind of get back up and carry on.
Yeah, I was going to say carry on in adversity. So something's coming at you, something's happened, and you're able to carry on, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you are resilient?
I personally do. I think it's something that I've always been kind of raised as being quite resilient. It's like, come on, let's carry on.
Yeah,
Never cry, never spill milk.
yeah, it's like positivity, isn't it? It's the glass half full or glass half empty. But I mean, it is recovering from difficulties, and them difficulties can be quite severe. It could be things like emotional suffering, it could be a death, it could be an illness, it could be trauma, it could be stress. There's all different types of things that you need to come back from. So it really depends on what's happened and things like that as to how you're going to come back to that.
It doesn't have to be major stuff though as well, doesn't it? Not like it doesn't really have to be traumatic. The thing that you are trying, it could be. I remember once I got a fairly low mark on an assignment when I was studying, and I was ready to quit the course because it was the first assignment, and I was like, why am I doing this? I obviously should not be doing this course because I got a low mark. However, it's the first assignment, and my lecturer was like, well, it's the first assignment, so you can only get better after this. And I stayed on, and thankfully I did. But even something as little as that can knock you back.
Oh, absolutely. I had a one-to-one once with my manager, and there was some negative comments there, and I was absolutely mortified. I was ready to leave. I was ready to go on sick. I blew it all out of proportion. And it's just how you deal with that and how you cope with that. That's really, really important. So it can be just little things as well, absolutely.
Because it should be constructive feedback, and that helps you and you improve, and that's the idea of it, isn't it?
No doubt it was, but sometimes you listen to things and you don't hear it properly.
Exactly.
You just hear the negatives, and the negatives far outweigh the positives. So they could say you're absolutely fantastic at everything, but there's just this one little thing, and then it blows all out of proportion.
You focus on that.
And so it can be really quite difficult.
I think it's quite. A lot of it can come as well from kind of the environment that you've been brought up in, or the environment that you're surrounding yourself in, as to how resilient people are around you as well. Because if your family are relatively negative, or if you're not, maybe your mental health isn't quite there within the family as well, that can really knock you as to how you personally deal with these things as well. So if you can train yourself to learn to bounce back and to learn to accept when things don't go according to plan, like your feedback with your manager or your assessments, I think that does make a difference for you to be able to go, oh, okay, it's not as bad as it seems. And even when and then it helps them with big things as well. So if there is a significant trauma, like the loss of a grandparent, for example, the loss of a parent, you've got that inner ability to go, this too will pass. And I think that's what a lot of resilience is about, is realising that this isn't permanent. It's a blip in the system. It will move, it will get past that, and I think that helps reduce your anxiety around it and your stress as well.
And if you look at people who have become famous or who have achieved great things, they've all had to be resilient, because they didn't just become successful overnight without any knockbacks. They will all have knockbacks. Sometimes it's good to read stories of other people to see that actually I have to have a knockback first. Because to be honest, a knockback shouldn't be seen as something that's negative. It's something that can come out to be a positive, because you learn from it. That's why, what do we say in all the webinars that we do? Make mistakes. It's fine to make a mistake.
That's how we learn, isn't it? Everyone's had some sort of knockback. That's why it's important to speak about it, isn't it?
I actually really, on the way here this morning, Pitbull was being interviewed on Radio 1, and he said the biggest room in a building is the room for improvement. And I was like, that's just blown my mind, Pitbull. But it's true. If you can accept the fact that you're not perfect, things are going to happen that are going to throw you. You've just got to find that path that takes you through it. And there is always a path. Regardless of how big that situation is, there is always a way out.
One of the techniques that you can use is turn the negative into a positive. So if you get a negative, reframe what they've said and try and say something positive about it,
That's a really good
and
one.
then look at it in that way.
Yeah.
So always turn, like you said, Naya, to turn your negative into a positive is really, really good.
Yeah.
So, how have you all shown resilience in your own lives? What have you done to build it?
I think my key one is realising that I'm not alone.
Mm-hmm.
That anything I'm going through or anything I'm experiencing, I'm not alone. There's going to be other people who are experiencing it as well that I can either reach out to or I can learn from,
Mm-hmm.
to realise that there is that path that I can take.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been a bit of a comfort blanket for me, because I think that's really important for any stress, any mental health concern that you have, is you are not alone. And speak to somebody, find that common ground that can help you realise that this too shall pass.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, it's to have sort of realistic expectations. You're not going to be perfect straight away.
Yeah.
Building resilience takes time.
Mm.
It's a skill that you just need to learn. It takes time. So to have realistic expectations and to make little small steps towards that, you're not going to be able to jump from here, jump a massive amount. You just make little small steps and plan that in,
Yeah.
over the year or years or whatever, just plan that in.
Have the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to jump onto that, like, just from a 16-year-old's point of view, where you've gone into full-time work. You're not going to be perfect straight away.
No.
You've not done the job before.
Were you
Yeah.
perfect at 16, Mike?
Well, starts blowing my trumpet, but no, nobody is. I barely speak when I was 16. I'm told to shut up now. My family said I shut my trap, but yeah, we're always learning, no matter what age we are, aren't we?
Yeah.
So it's finding out
Yeah.
about things, isn't it? But I think speaking to people, asking questions,
Yeah.
and it's knowing that you can ask questions. You're not going to look stupid, are you?
Yeah. And I think-
We don't all know everything, do we? No
Yeah.
matter what we say.
And a lot of learners that I spoke to, they say they want to learn things by themselves. They would like to be thrown into the deep end, but that doesn't mean you can't ask. They don't like asking questions. And I understand. I hated asking questions. I didn't ask at school. I would sit there and be like, "Oh, please don't look at me. Don't pick on me. Don't pick on me."
I'm so far on your
Yeah,
table.
like, you just don't make eye contact with the teacher. It'll be fine, But when I've come here to LMP, I literally ask questions all the time. I don't care how silly I sound, because the thing is, I need to learn how to do my job.
Yeah.
It is fairly new, so I need to learn how to do it.
And that's our culture, isn't it? To
Yeah,
ask.
yeah.
And
we
people
don't
will
feel-
help you,
yeah. And we
It's
don't
better
really
to
feel
ask,
embarrassed.
isn't it?
Yeah. We don't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Experience comes with time.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to go in and know everything. It comes with time, and eventually, once you've been doing something a couple of years, you will get that experience. You will get that know-how. You will get, that resilience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all about. It's a journey, isn't it? It's going to sound
Life
corny.
is, yeah.
Life is. We're doing all
Life's
these
a
cliches,
roller coaster. We'll get that one in as well.
Yeah. Room for improvement. Life's a roller coaster, and life is a journey. So, do we have any more cliches?
It's knowing how to go back up on that roller coaster and go down and go, well, what's going to help you? Exercise, something to help your mental health. For
Yeah.
instance, stress, speaking to people.
Speaking to people, definitely. And ask people who are in like higher places than you. Read stories, then you will realise that it's normal. It's normal to be knocked down in life and get back up. If nothing knocks you down for throughout your life, what I've seen is sometimes when people haven't had anything knock them down, something small will knock them down, and that'll be massive for them.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to recover.
Yeah.
But it's very important to know how to recover, and it's a little bit about work ethic as well. So, top tips very quickly, guys. What do you think people need to do?
Plan ahead as much as you can.
Yeah.
Try and prioritise. You can't do everything in one go. You need to break it down into small tasks, speak to people.
Yeah. I think Mike's given us 5 there.
Yeah. For me, it's reframing, turning your negatives into a positives.
Yeah.
And again, what Mike says, plan, change.
Yeah.
I think mine would be, you are not alone. You have people that may even seem like you may not even recognise as being in your game, but they are.
Yeah. And I would say that life's a roller coaster, guys, so there's always room for improvement. Be yourself. Thank you very much for joining us today.